Hello guys, welcome back, or if you're new and seeing me for the very first time, hello, I'm Kate. I make videos about fashion, I do haul videos, family vlogs, lifestyle videos, that kind of thing. But in particular, I do love a good Primark haul. I've been making them since 2010, 7.5 years I've been doing Primark hauls now on my channel, and they are still one of my most popular videos. Some of them get hundreds of thousands of views, so it's obvious that you guys love Primark just as much as me. So I thought, what better video to make than a tips and tricks kind of hacks video for shopping in Primark. I feel like I'm a bit of a Primark expert, if there's even such a thing, and I always get so many questions about shopping in there that I thought I'd put together this video for you. Just my little tips and tricks on how to find the best pieces and to make it the most enjoyable experience possible. So if that sounds like your kind of thing, then keep on watching and let's get straight into it. So one of the questions I get asked all the time on every single Primark haul video is, how do you always find such good stuff? I could never find stuff like that in my local Primark. My top tip for this would be to go to the larger Primark stores. I'm really lucky that within sort of a half an hour, 45-minute radius, I have some really large Primark stores. And London's not too far away, it's just a train journey away, and you've got the Oxford Street flagship stores, Tottenham Court Road, all of the big ones. But really local to me, I have smaller Primarks, which I do go into if I'm kind of in that area, and I'll have a little browse. But to be honest, I don't think I've ever done a Primark haul, big Primark haul with stuff bought from those smaller stores, because they just don't get such a large range of new stock. I appreciate not everyone lives locally to a large Primark, and some of you are probably hours and hours away from your nearest big town and your biggest one, but if you can get to them, then that is the place to go to get the new in items, the real trend-led pieces. So if you can get to one of them, I would definitely recommend doing so. Tip number 2 is something that I've fallen victim to many a time when shopping in Primark, and often it's even in the middle of filming a video that I discover that I've done it. So don't go by the sizes on the hangers in Primark. Always make sure you look at the label and double check the sewn in label inside to make sure you're getting the right size, because there's been so many times I've got an item home, I've been really excited about it, then I've looked at the actual label and it's not my size at all, and then you have to go through all the hassle of returning it. But one thing I have noticed recently is Primark have started doing these new tags with the size in a really large font, which makes it so much easier to kind of grab your attention if you've maybe gone for the wrong size, which I think is such a good idea for them as well, because they're going to get less returns and potentially make more money as well. So always look for this label, not the hanger, and just to be double sure, kind of check the sewn in tag as well. But this one is more likely to be correct than the size on the hanger. Tip number 3 would be to follow Primark on their social media platforms, especially Instagram. They're always putting up Insta stories and Instagram photos of new stock that they're getting in. It can be a little bit frustrating sometimes because they tell you what country that item's going to be available in, which is great, but really annoying when it's not available in your country. But you can always spot really nice new pieces on there, and if they are available where you live, then you can make sure you keep an eye out for them in store. There's no guarantee that it's going to be in the store, your local store that you go into, but you never know. So it's always good to be following them on there to keep up with the latest trends. Tip number 4 would be to go and pay on the top floor. This is something that I do quite a lot, because you generally find that the women's wear is the first floor, maybe even the first and second if it's a large store. But at the top, you'll probably find the men's section, the men's floor, kids, homeware, stuff like that, and it tends to be less busy. Primark queues can get intense and long, so you want to go to where obviously the smallest queues are possible. But one thing I would say about this is make sure you weigh it up. Sounds like I'm getting quite deep into this, but I have done this a lot of times. So if you go to, say, the top floor and there's still quite a few people queuing, but there's not many cashiers, you're probably better to just go to the women's floor, because there'll generally be lots of cashiers on. You don't want to end up at the top floor queuing, but it takes you even longer because there's only a couple of people on the checkout. So weigh it up, have a look around, but definitely a top tip is go to a less busy floor, and you should find that you spend less time in the queue. Tip number 5. So Talking about it being busy in there, it can also be quite messy. I find the larger stores are tidier, the smaller ones can be a bit of a jumble sale sometimes, but I always find if you can, the best time to go in is of a morning. The staff will have tidied and folded everything the night before, and you'll go in and everything will be in its place. It'll be easier to find certain areas, it won't be as chaotic. Again, not everyone can go in of a morning if you're working and stuff like that, and weekend mornings are busy. But if you can get in there early, you're more likely to go in to a Primark store that is nice and neat and tidy and organised, so you'll be able to see the wood from the trees a little bit more and find better stuff. Tip number 6 would be to simply check out the men's section. You never know what you might find. I found some lovely like chunky knit jumpers in there before, or even some shirts that would be really nice to wear as nightwear. You just never know. Sometimes there are some real gems in the men's section. So go and check it out. Maybe next time you're in there with your husband, your boyfriend, or even just in there on your own. Go and have a look and you might surprise yourself at what you find. Tip number 7 would be, if you bought a lot of stuff but you're in a bit of a rush to get out, then ask the cashier to leave the hangers on, because a lot of the Primark clothes have the sort of ribbon like tags on them, and they get all tied up and knotted around the hangers, and it can just take so long for the cashiers to remove them all from the hangers, untangle everything. Not their fault obviously, but I found myself waiting a long time in Primark for this to be done, especially if I've bought quite a lot of stuff. So if you don't have time to wait around for too long, just ask them to pop everything in your bags with the hangers on, and then you can do all of that at home. But I will just quickly say that if it's raining outside, maybe best not to do this, because the easiest way to end up with a ripped hole in your Primark paper bag is to go outside in the rain with hangers poking out in every direction from your bag. Tip number 8 would be, go and check out their new in trend-led designer inspired pieces first, and then you can go and have a look at their basics to kind of layer and build up with them. So I find Primark perfect for fast fashion, things that have filtered down from the catwalk, designer inspired pieces, things that you don't necessarily have £1,000 to go and spend on a piece that you know you're going to just wear for one season and it's not going to be in style anymore, or that you maybe don't even want to do that. I love Primark because they always have dupes of things, but it's so affordable, so it's just kind of, sounds bad to say, but like throwaway fashion. You can wear it that season and know that you're not spending a fortune if you're not going to wear it again. And once you've found the pieces that you like that are on trend for that season, you can go and have a look for your more basics, your plain coloured long sleeve t-shirts or jumpers, things that you're going to layer under jackets and stuff. And that way you're making sure you get the right colours and stuff, because there's been lots of times where I've looked around the basics and maybe bought a couple of tops and then gone and bought some other stuff, and then I've got it all home and the colours just don't go, and I've thought, why didn't I buy that top in that colour? It would have gone perfectly with that. I do that all of the time. And of course, if you are buying your trend-led seasonal pieces in Primark, then you can go elsewhere and spend a little bit more money on your basics, things that cost a bit more but you know are going to last you season after season, and it's much more cost effective. So tip number 9, if you're going into Primark and you're having a big old splurge, a big shopping spree, after you've finished and you're about to go and pay, go to a quiet little corner and have a look through your bag, because there'll generally be a few things that you find that you don't actually need to buy. I don't know about you, but I can get a bit carried away in there because it's so affordable. You see all these things, you start adding them to your basket, and before you know it, you've bought 5 of the same pairs of flip-flops in all different colours because they're £3. And actually, when you sit back and think about it, you don't need that many and you can just put a few back. Primark are not stupid. There's a reason they give you that huge shopping bag. It's because they want you to fill it up, and especially with me, it works a lot of the time. But it's good to just kind of sit back and reassess what you're buying, make sure that you're not going over your budget if you have one, and you're happy with everything that is in your bag. I don't know if this is frowned upon, but I used to do it all the time when I used to do my Saturday job, save up a couple of weeks' money and then go into Primark and spend it all. I didn't have a lot of money, so I had to make sure I was within my budget, and this was a really good way to do it. Tip number 10 might be an obvious one, but I know a lot of you haven't been to Primark before. You're always telling me that you're from all different countries and you're really excited to visit Primark when you come to London or the UK or other countries that have Primark stores. So you might not know this one, but if you buy something and then maybe need to return it a few days later or before you're going home, make sure you go to the customer services section and not the tills. You can spend a long time queuing up in the paying tills to return an item only to be told that you need to go to customer services and then have to spend a whole lot longer queuing up in that queue as well, which is extremely frustrating. So make sure you know this before you go in, and if you ever want to return anything, don't go to the normal tills, head to customer services. And finally, my last tip, tip number 11 would be go without the husband, the boyfriend, the kids. Just go on your own or with a girlfriend. Trust me, if you've been in there with your kids or your husband, they get a bit bored, they're huffing and puffing, the kids are moaning, they want to go somewhere else. I don't blame them, but for me, it's a bit of retail therapy, rest and relaxation. I love shopping and it just kind of ruins the mood when you know that the people you're with don't want to be there. So if you can, just put a couple of hours aside and head over on your own, do a bit of shopping. You can relax, you can think about what you need to get, what you want to add to your wardrobe, and it's just a much more enjoyable experience. Trust me. So there you have it. They are all my top tips and tricks for shopping in Primark. I really hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments if you did, and if you have any other tips that I didn't mention, then please leave them in the comments also to help other people, and I would love to hear them as well. Also, I have a few ideas for other stores and online stores that I could make a similar video for, so please let me know if you would like that. And tell me what your favourite stores are so I know which are your favourites and the most popular. Give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it and you'd like to see more videos like this. Subscribe and don't forget to hit the notification bell to be notified of any new videos like this on my channel, and I will see you again very soon. Thanks for watching. Bye!